How you doing, YouTube? I've demoed 3 different rackets from Tennis Warehouse. They just arrived yesterday. Had my first hit with all 3 of them. So I've decided to restring this Yonex Percept 97. It's not the 97 D model, which I've hit last week. That one has a 18 by 20 string pattern. This one is just a regular 16 by 19 string pattern. 310 grams unstrung. And I measured the specs, the strong specs. It's pretty close to what the Tennis Warehouse publishes, what they're supposed to be. So the strong weight that I measured with these strings, and plus a 2-gram dampener I just took off because I'm going to restring it right now. The readings are 329 grams, 31.7 centimeters, that's 8 points headlight, and 317 units in swing weight. I think they're just a couple of units higher than the Tennis Warehouse numbers, but it's pretty much on spec because depending on the gauge of the strings and everything, and the numbers will vary a little bit. So I just want to show you, when I checked the strings, I just had a hit with it. It felt really good, but I decided to cut these out and restring it with my own Hyper G, because this, if you can see, as I move these strings, you'll hear some clicking sounds. Alright, look, hear that? Let's check the sweet spot. Hear the clicks? Check this side. See that? Almost every one of them do this. You'll notice that these ones on the sides, they no longer snap back. Okay, the main strings are the most important. You see, as I snap them back, they click also as they go into their dent or like a pre-notch that's been formed on the cross strings. Okay, so when you have this phenomenon, it's gonna greatly reduce the amount of snapback that the main strings can generate. That's one thing. Plus another thing, that these strings are no longer lively, because when you move them away, they stay in position. They no longer return to the original position. As the first string is supposed to be, as you pull them out, they're supposed to be able to move back right away, giving you a lot of resistance. So that tells me that this string, if not dead, it's definitely backed out. I don't know where it was originally strung at. I can quickly measure with the Turner string meter. See what the tension is. This looks to be a 17 gauge, if not 16.5 gauge string as well. I just measured. Still has very high tension, 55 pounds right here. 54, 55 on the center mains. The sides are even higher, 60. So whoever strung this last time preferred very high tension. It's almost 60 on the sides. As the strings get used, the strings near the string bed is going to lose the most amount of tension in the sweet spot, is what I mean. So in order to estimate what it was originally strung at, the last few strings on the sides will give a better indication. So I'm measuring, this one's close to 60 pounds. This one's definitely 60 pounds. Now the Turner string meter is not the most accurate, but it gives you some sense or some idea. And I'm gonna cut these out and restring it with my go-to tension being 48 pounds. The initial review, I had a session, 2-hour session this morning and I rotated the 3 different rackets through. I like this one a lot. It gives me very good control with that 8-point headlight balance. I feel the most at ease with my strings. Like I could swing full out. I felt like the racket was part of my extension of my arm. I could swing my whole arm, because I've been using these other rackets You know, the speeds and the radicals, that's much more heavy. You know, they're usually in the 5 to 6 point headlight range. This one is 8 points headlight, so I'm gonna restring it and then give it a new overgrip, which is gonna make it even more headlight than the number I just told you. So it is what it is. Every time I use the demo racket, I'll make more notes, and then when I'm all done demoing these 3 rackets, I'll go over all my data and then give some sort of overview, if not comprehensive review, you know, some sort of my version of the review coming up in future videos. Okay, let's get it strung. Yonex logo facing up, and I'll mount it according to my markings here. This side is the throat side, and this is the head side. Felt pretty comfortable swinging it. Played 2 quick sets with somebody. His shots aren't very strong, so maybe that's why I didn't feel like I was lacking in power in any shape or form. I was able to punch my shots and hit some winners with it. Although at times I felt that when I was using the Percept, this Percept 97, my shots tended to land a little bit short. And now that after I measured the tension on it, it's like up in the 50s. That sort of explains why the tension on that I was strong at is way higher than my normal tension. So I'm gonna only string it at 48 pounds right now. Hopefully that'll give me more depth. But I felt very good hitting with it. I felt that the ball pockets very well, and I felt that I was able to hit through the ball. You know, I was able to have it, you know, pocket the ball and hit it solid. That usually means the sweet spot is very good on it. So hopefully the new strings at a lower tension will be able to solve the depth issue. The launch angle isn't as high, and the balls aren't as lively as when I switched to the Blade 98, Blade V9. That one I measured the swing weight on it. It's like 330 swing weight, whereas this thing only has 317 swing weight. So I might even add like 2 or 3 grams onto this racket at the 3 and 9 position, just to get it close to my normal swing weight of between 325 to 330. Because against heavy hitters, I'm gonna need that swing weight in order to counteract the pace and power from the heavy hitters. And I noticed that on the Yonex, the butt cap, you know, the butt cap doesn't flare out as much as the heads and the Wilsons. So my hand tends to want to slip off of it, off the ends of it more. So what I'll do is that when I go and install the new overgrip, I'll probably have to leave some kind of, I'll have to fold the overgrip in a way when I wrap it to make the ends of the butt cap flare out more. Forgot to mention this racket has 8 grommet holes in the throat. That's why we started stringing from the head. When I demoed, when I used somebody else's demo last time, it was the 97 D. I guess D stands for dense string pattern, because that one was an 18 by 20 string pattern, and it came with multi-filament strings. And I felt pretty comfortable using it. It didn't feel like I was lacking in power in any way, shape, or form. And that racket is 320 grams unstrung. So by the time it's all done, you're talking like 350 or so. This one Canada is 10 grams lighter. I've demoed rackets before where the rackets I received have strings that's in bad condition, and I've emailed them and asking them if I could restring it with my go-to string Hyper G, and they've said yes. So this time I didn't even ask them because it came with a Hyper G, so I'm just replacing it. I'm doing them a favor, as a matter of fact. Replacing it with a new set for free. So by the time, I'll use it for a week. I'm not that big of a hitter, so this string should still be good for the second person, whoever will use it next. Okay, this racket takes a grommet hole skip at the 8th grommet hole for both top and bottom. Very good. I didn't need to tug it on the strings this time because it's nearly perfect. go ahead with the crosses. I always start from the third cross and work backwards to the second and then the first when I weave. So that's the third string, third cross. And now I do the second cross. I'll go ahead and tie off the first string. Pulling it 10% more. Huh. I missed the hole on the outside. go ahead and tie it off. I noticed that they strung this in one piece, whereas I always do mine in two pieces. Do you think I should try stringing one piece also, just for fun, or? I think I might try it. I imagine in the beginning I won't be any good at it. I have to relearn how to measure the strings on that. But I think it should be something I can do. Awesome. And then after lunch, I'll go out and have another hit with a different player, and I shall report back. So, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to showing you more videos in the future. Take care.